Buckingham Palace is this morning bracing for some right royal bombshells to be dropped, with an explosive new book claiming two people in the royal household made racist comments. Let's bring in royal editor at the Daily Mirror, Russell Myers. Rusty, good to see you. Another book, another bombshell. What do we expect to come out this time?
Well, good morning, Sarah. Well, indeed, another bombshell, and there's been a few of them over the last few days because the new book, Endgame, lifting the lid on sort of the shambles that is the monarchy, has come out, or is expected to come out in the next day, from Omid Scobie, friend of the Sussexes, author of Finding Freedom, you know, lots of bombshells in that book. And at this core that we're talking about, a new race row, again, raking over old coals, some may say, dealt with in the Oprah Winfrey interview in 2021, but this will be unwelcome news that Meghan Markle accused two royals, not one, two this time, of making unsavoury comments about her unborn children.
Now, this is, of course, what apparently was detailed in a letter that Meghan Markle wrote to King Charles, but the names haven't been published. So is this just going to become a bit of a guess who?
Well, unfortunately, I think it is. You know, the palace may say that, not going to get involved in it, don't want to go over that. You remember the late Queen's letter that she put out saying recollections may vary. But this is very unwelcome news. And I think the attention on this subject, no matter what the palace have tried to bring in diversity czars, making changes to the way that they work, it's very unwelcome news. This.
So what does the palace do here? Just ignore it?
Well, again, you know, never complain, never explain.
Yeah.
And I don't think we will hear anything from the palace. Certainly they have been very tight-lipped over the last few days, certainly today, saying nothing. And I think they'll wait to see the full contents of this book before even responding. But I don't think we will get an official response. But it's very, very interesting reading between the lines of the context of this book and the Sussexes trying to ingratiate themselves back into the family.
Well, that's the case, right? They're trying to get back in, although this book is expected to share an update on King Charles's relationship with the Sussexes, which from all accounts doesn't seem to be thawing. Well,
definitely. I mean, you know, it's interesting. We had a birthday call from Harry last week. Could that be the green shoots of a relationship? I mean, that relationship has been in the gutter for a long, long time. And I think that's interesting that the Sussexes are trying to find a way back into the royal family. And yet we're told in this book that King Charles described his son as that fool when they took part in the Netflix series. So perhaps a long way to come before he's invited over the Christmas dinner table.
Oh, but wouldn't that be some kind of Christmas dinner, Rusty? Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, they're just like us on the Royals, aren't they?
They just are. Thank you, mate.
So relatable. Thank you, guys.
Some royal news for you now, and you may remember these stunning claims made by Meghan Markle to Oprah in her 2021 interview.
Hold up.
There's
Stop
several
right now.
There are several conversations.
There's a conversation with you
with Harry
about how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow, a new book is out and it is set to reignite these racism allegations. It is written by the author who wrote Finding Freedom, about the Sussexes' exit from royal life.
Daily Mirror associate editor Russell Myers has the details. Russ, good to see you again. The book is named Endgame. Tell us about these allegations of racism in the book.
Well, very much so. Good morning to you. Yeah, Endgame, it's, you know, a lot of hyperbole being used, the end of the monarchy. I mean, Omid Scobie, who's formed for being a friend of the Sussexes, very well informed, as you said. He wrote Finding Freedom. That created a stir. And do you remember the stir that Oprah Winfrey interview caused, the racism allegations? I mean, it absolutely sent shockwaves through the royal family, people talking about, you know, would they ever recover? Well, this book details that Meghan actually accused two members of the royal family of using racist language or overt language discussing the colour of their baby's skin. Their unborn child, they went on to have Archie. And I think that this is really unwelcome for the royal family. A lot more attention on them. The very fact that it wasn't dealt with in the public. We had that statement from the Queen, recollections may vary, but it's going to be very, very uncomfortable reading and listening for the royal family over the next couple of days.
So is this book going to reveal the identities of the people who allegedly made these comments, or will it continue to cast a cloud over every member of the royal family?
Well, a cloud indeed, because I mean we've had sort of guessing game who's who of the royal family would have made those comments to Meghan and Harry. Harry had said himself in the Oprah Winfrey interview he would never reveal it for the sake of that person. Well, this book doesn't reveal them either, and it's it rumbles on and on.
Yeah, all right. So the book is also expected to share an update on King Charles's relationship with the Sussexes. What is it telling us?
Well, the very fact, I mean, we know that the relationship has been in the gutter for quite some time, don't we? I mean, Harry came in, he was just here for about 24 hours in the UK for his father's coronation, in and out. We had a birthday call. The Sussexes were very happy to push into the public domain. But when Harry took part in the Netflix series, it's alleged that King Charles called him that fool. So I'm not too sure he's going to be invited around the Christmas dinner table anytime soon. But certainly the Sussexes are keen to mend the relationship, possibly keener than the King at this stage.
Well, would you expect any kind of response from the palace once this book is released?
Well, no, very tight-lipped over the last couple of days. We've had a few sort of excerpts leaked to certain papers, and we've had a couple of serialisations, but the palace are saying absolutely nothing, and well, they might. I think they might want to have a read of it first and then see how much this blows up in their face, because you remember the previous scandal made, where the fact that we're still talking about it a couple of years later shows you how much it did reverberate around the palace.
Just in time for Christmas too. Russ, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, mate. Great to see you.
Hey there, Today fans. Sarah and...
What's my name again?
Oh, my goodness. Carl.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel, though. Subscribe now for more news, special reports and amazing Aussie stories.
And Carl misbehaving,
Whoa,
of course.
that never happens.
Always happens.
What's she talking about?